Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my little tutorial on how to cover a notepad. I know there are a few out there and I have done them myself before. The reality is you can buy so many different sizes of notepads. The one I'm using today are fabulous little to-do lists. They're fabulous, these are. I don't know about you, but I always have a list of stuff to do. And a little notepad like that is perfect because it actually means that not only have you only got a handful, well, a big handful of jobs to do, but it's not overwhelming. You can't fill the page to the point where you think, do you know what, there's so much to do, I'm not even going to do any of it. Whereas this at least gives you the opportunity to just make a few, make a small list. I picked these up at a local supermarket and I think they were like £1 each, which is why I just grabbed a load of them because they're perfect for me, for my friends, for my customers, my team members, just about everybody really. But again, like I said, this is fabulous, but it's going to get dirty, it's going to get creased, it needs a bit of protection on it. So we're going to make a cover. Now the easiest way to do this is, first of all, you need to measure the width of your notepad, which will then determine how wide your card needs to be. So when I measured my book here, it's just 4 1/8 of an inch. So I've gone to 4 1/4 because I want a little bit either side to overlap, so I have 4 1/4. The next thing you want to do is measure the length of your notebook, because that will also determine how long you need your piece of card. So this one is 5 7/8, so I've gone to 6 inches just to allow me a fraction over there so I can pick the cover up without keep touching the paper. So you then need to add the thickness, which again, when I looked at here, is 3/8 of an inch. And then you need a certain amount to go down the back. Now this is where I generalise, because I will show you. My first score line for this notepad, now I have the width, the length of the front needs to be 6. So let's score this at 6, because that's where I said I needed it to be. I'm going to fold and burnish that piece, and then I'm going to pop it onto my notepad. So I'm going to hold this at a 90-degree angle and push that notepad up. I'm also going to make sure that I have equal space either side, because it's no good pushing it all up to one side and then having this edge. So again, just eyeballing to make sure I have an equal bit either side. And then when you fold this over, because you have to take into account the thickness of the card as well, if I was to just do 3/8, it might not actually be enough. So I just simply put it on and fold one corner over, take it off, put the crease in the groove there and score again. And if I measure, what did I say it was, 3/8? Okay, so it's 3/8, but you know. And then all you need to do then is fold that piece over. And as long as you've got maybe 2 or 3 inches worth of card at the back for it to adhere to, it's all a bit flimsy and wobbly this is, it will be fine. As you can see with these two, it works perfectly because there's enough there to hold the book support. You don't need it all the way to the bottom. And there you have your notepad. So I'm going to decorate it while I tell you the measurements that I have. So my cardstock is 9 3/8 by 4 1/4, which is 24 centimetres by 11. And that first score is at 6 inches or 15.5 centimetres. My Whisper White layer that I'm putting on here is 4 by 5.5 inches. and that will be 10.5 by 14. And as you can see, I didn't really measure this to the point of being accurate. I wanted more length, hence the bigger borders. My DSP is 5 inches by 3 inches, which is 12.5 by 7.5 centimetres. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle. And the reason again I did this is because this DSP is 3 inches wide, so I can actually make 2 notebooks out of one sheet, because the 3 and 3 is 6. That was my plan. Okay, so I've got one of the offcuts here and my small balloon punch. So I'm just going to pop a flower out there, and then I have my Whisper White, my ornate thanks. So I need that word thanks initially, and my Blushing Bride ink pad. So I'm going to stamp that at the bottom there. And then I also want, is it that one? No, just wanted to say, I find this so hard. That's it. I find it really hard to find them. Just wanted to say thanks, and I'm literally going to sort of hook it over the top, just there. And then I just need to cut this out. And again, staying fairly close to the sentiment. Just give it a trim. And the top just there. And again, because this is generally going to be maybe in a bag or popped in a drawer until it's needed, I didn't want to raise it too much and give something else a reason to stick or to pull. However, my flower does go on with a glue dot. So just a glue dot on the back. I did curl the leaves a little. I also kept in line with the DSP, and then the last thing was to add a rhinestone to the centre of my flower. Oops, come here. And there we have it. So all I need to do now is to adhere this to my notebook. Now, when you're putting your adhesive on here, I'm actually going to use some tear and tape for this one. When you're putting it on, don't adhere right to the edge, because if you remember, you have that small overlap. I do want it right up to the crease though, because I want this to hold it in place. And I do want a piece right at the bottom here, because again, I don't want it to be torn and easily ripped off. And then my last little piece just in the centre to hold it all down anyway. And then we're just going to take the backing off those. My desk is a bit of a mess now. Never mind, eh? Never mind. And then the last bit here. Come on. And then all you need to do is line up your book, your score line, make sure you've got equal distance, turn him over, press it down, and there you have it. Your little covered to-do list notepads. Hope you like them. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.